Hello everybody and welcome to this special episode about my summer knits. I'm Delphine and this is my knitting corner on YouTube. I was planning to film this episode already for a long time, but then I waited until the summer was practically over so that I could give you a thorough review about the summer knits I've made and worn this summer so that I can actually tell if I like them or not, and if I would knit them again or not. So let's start with what I'm wearing. This was also the first thing I was able to wear early summer and spring. It's it's the No-Frill sweater of Petite Knit, and I've knitted it in Holst Coast. Holst Coast is a mixture of wool and cotton, and it's actually perfect for Dutch and Belgium weather. Not the real summer because then it was way too hot, but like in May I have been wearing this one a lot and recently as well. The yarn, I will just come a little closer. It has a beautiful a depth in the yarn, I would say, like because the cotton and the wool are dyed differently have taken up the dye differently. It's not just a plain color, but it has some depth in the color, so I really like that. I will definitely use this yarn again in different colors. Warmth wise, it's too warm to wear in summer, but we have a really hot summer this year, so I didn't actually wear any sweaters, so I don't think it's because of the yarn. It's perfect to wear in spring or like now beginning of autumn outside. I've knitted this in a double thread, so I held the yarn double, but still there is some wind that can come through, so it's not suitable to wear when it's really cold and windy, but perfect like for a beautiful spring day in sun, or like now. I've worn it outside today as well. It's not raining yet, so it's perfect to wear it now at the beginning of September, and I think I will be able to wear it inside a lot as well, although I'm planning to adapt my heating inside because of the energy crisis. What would I do differently next time? Well, next time I would make it longer. Like now it's not a really cropped sweater, but it's like just too cropped for my liking. I'm not used to wearing anything cropped actually, so I would make it slightly longer. I thought it would grow more with wear because it's wool and well, it's merino wool, I guess, and cotton, and they both tend to stretch, but they didn't. So I will make a longer one next spring. So that's actually my first make. It has been washed once and it's still perfect, I guess. The pilling is really fine, although I didn't wear it inside a coat, and most of the time I see the pilling like here in the arms of my winter sweaters because I was wearing them underneath the coat, which I didn't do with this one of course yet. So I might come back to the pilling part, but so far it's fine. It's not a real summer make, but I did make some summer makes as well. And I just realized I forgot one. It's really standard in my English podcast because I tend to record that one first, that I forget one. So I will just take it when it's there. Then the first one actually I made last winter was the Farfa top from the Knit Purl Girl. It's crinkled, I'm sorry. I've taken it out of my cupboard. I will pop a picture of me wearing it without the crinkles. This one is knitted in the Knitting for All pure silk. It's a pattern I completely fell in love with the first time I saw it. It was the Knit Purl Girl, so Sophie was wearing it in a podcast of Hive Knits and Knatters, and I was just fell in love with it. So I really had to make it when the testing call came. I ordered this exact same yarn as Sophie used, which is Knitting for All pure silk. So it's quite an expensive yarn, and have ordered it directly from Knitting for All, which makes it less expensive than if you buy it in a local yarn store, especially because the shipping from Denmark to Belgium is fine. So yeah, I think in the end I paid 45 euros or 40 euros for this. I have to say I will not buy this yarn anymore. At first it was really splitty, but that got better when I got used to the yarn. But it stretched a hell of a lot. Like if you see the bottom, it's like it's not nice anymore, and it was nice when I finished it. So I wear this one always tucked in a skirt. I have two skirts that I'm able to wear. One will be on the picture, which is my shorter jeans skirt, and then I have a longer jeans colored cotton skirt as well. They are both high-waisted, so I can tuck it in, and then it's perfect. The yarn, however, pure silk, is perfect for summer, and I can wear it in any temperature, but yeah, I just don't like the way it holds up. I know, yeah, I did wash it quite often because, yeah, in summer you wear sunscreen and you sweat a lot, so you have to wash it. It's not only the sweating, it's also the sunscreen. But yeah, I don't like how it holds up, so I will not buy this yarn anymore, but I will make the pattern again. I have some cotton bamboo mix. It's on the attic, so I will not take it now, but I have some cotton bamboo mix from Veritas, which I will use for a second version next year. So I will make it again, but in a different yarn. So I would recommend the pattern, but I would not recommend the yarn. So this is it. It's actually also the first time I did an I-cord at the neckline, and I did the sewn bind off. Well, the really sewn bind off, not the tube loop, the sewn bind off. And then another one that has taken me a lot of work. Oh, I have to turn it the other way because it's inside out. Just a moment to see. Yeah. So this is the Piazzatzi from Sari Nordlund. I will pop a picture as well of me wearing it. I've made this in Bamboo Jazz, which is a cotton bamboo mix from Veritas. And if I have to choose my very perfect and most liked summer yarn, I would choose this one. It's a mixture of cotton and bamboo. It's not suitable for 35 degrees, at least not as a t-shirt. It might, of course, be as a tank top, but not as a t-shirt. But I would say it's perfect for any other day. It's perfect for work. Yeah, so I would really recommend that yarn. They didn't have a lot of colors, but I guess another cotton and bamboo blend would be as fine to wear as this one. So I will definitely have more cotton and bamboo blends in the future. The pattern, it has taken me a lot of time, of course, because it's fully cabled. This was a test knit, but I only had to do the yoke and one sleeve then, so I could finish this one like really easy afterwards, so on my in my own time. So I would recommend the yarn, but I would also recommend the pattern. I do have some merino in stash that I will use for this as well. It will be an early spring garment then, and maybe a fall next year garment, because the merino should regulate your temperature as well and make it suitable for yeah, fall and spring. So I will make both the pattern again. Well, I would recommend both the pattern and the yarn. So this is a real success. And then I have a camisole actually, which is the Anou from Breibellie. I've made this in Sira from Borgo di Pazzi, and it's the softest yarn I have ever seen, or yeah, it's really just the softest, but I don't know if you can see it, but there is some pilling. I've only worn it twice. I guess the pilling is because I was in the car and my seatbelt was there, but yeah, you have to wear a seatbelt, so so I do have some more Sira, and I will definitely knit more tank tops with it, but I will not buy it again afterwards because the pilling will annoy me at some point, but it's so soft that at this point it doesn't bother me. The pattern is something I would really recommend. I enjoyed it from the first moment until the last. So I will really make another one next year. I actually have some bamboo jazz left, the yarn I showed you before, so I will make a Anou tank top as well from that yarn. The only thing, and that's something I have with another top I will show you after this, is that I find it difficult if you have a button-up top to decide on the length. This length is fine, but then the straps are slightly too long now that they stretched a bit with wearing. So like, it's still okay because it's not something I wear for work, but it's quite deep. So it's still okay, but next time I will make the straps slightly shorter and then the top slightly longer. So that's something. And now I will pause it to take my other top. I'm back with my last garment actually. So this is the Seashell top from Hirismakes. It's the first bottom-up thing I ever made. It's cropped and it's really deep, so I will not post a picture of me wearing it. It's too deep for my liking and it's too cropped, but I just love the color. So I always wear it with a white tank top underneath. So I still wear it, but I do have the same yarn in pink, so I will make a second one. And I now know how I will adapt it to make it fitted for me. So I will make it longer, strap shorter, so that's fine. And I did buy this color as well because I like it so much and I want to make a t-shirt next year out of this color. So I would recommend the pattern and the yarn, but not that short. That's actually the thing for the moment. Okay, I really enjoyed making it, by the way. And then I have 3 pairs of socks. I've knitted a lot of socks in summer, but most of them were not meant to be for summer specifically, so I will show you the summer ones. First things first, those are the cotton tutti frutti from Sachenmayer. I like how they look. I don't mind wearing them, I didn't mind knitting them, but I'm not in love with them. They're really thick and they feel thick. So they're fine, but not my favorite socks for summer, I would say. Oh, yeah. Would not really recommend it here. Second type is the flamingo stretch from Mylan White Lana Grossa. Wouldn't really recommend it either. It's really like a thread when you knit with it. And it has shrunk a bit with washing, which means that normally, yeah, you see the nice ruffle, and that was when it came to my just above my ankle, but now it's just underneath my ankle, so what you see is a rolled hem actually. So that's not really what I like. Although I still wear them, it's just not a pretty thing I made before washing it the first time. And also, like, the knitted part is fine gauge wise, but this one, like the rib stretches, I don't think it's pretty anymore. Well, anymore, it wasn't at first either. Like, it's when you have the rib that is stretched, it looks really thread-like, so wouldn't recommend the yarn, although it feels nice when you wear it. So, like, it feels better than the cotton tutti frutti. And then I have one other pair that I made for my walking boots. Well, low walking shoes is better, which is this one. It's a leftover from a winter sock, but it doesn't bother me. This is Katja Tokyo yarn, and the heel and the cuff are in wool. I held it double, so it's really, really thick, which is great actually for walking, because then you don't get any blisters. So those are actually the ones I've worn most this summer. Not that I have worn a lot of socks this summer, but like, yeah. When I wore them, it was for walking. So those are my summer knits of 2022. It's actually also the first summer I'm knitting myself for summer, so I didn't have a lot of experience with summer yarns, What do I want to do next summer? Well, I already told you some things. I really want to make a summer souffle from Penroy's Knits. I have the pattern already. I want to try the cotton merino from Drops as well. And maybe the Mercy, I think it's called, from Philcolana, sorry. So I really want to dive more into that. My mom uses quite often the Anil Miami, which is a blend of cotton and acrylic yarn. So I know a lot of people are against acrylic, but here in Belgium it's quite often that you use acrylic yarn actually. So it's easy to get, and yeah, it's really cheap, so I might use that as well at some point next year. I don't own it yet, so I will see if I buy it or not. So this is actually the overview of my summer knits. I'm planning to do such special episodes more frequently when I want to give you an overview about how I feel about something after wearing it for a longer time. Like if you have my normal episodes, you have what I've finished, what I'm working on and what I want to work on, but then it's not a long-term view on if I'm happy or not. You can be happy with something when it's finished, and then when you wear it you can be like, yeah, it's not what you wanted. It's like it doesn't hold great, or it doesn't look great after washing. So that's why I'm doing these episodes. If you have a subject for these episodes that you want to get covered, please let me know below and I will take that into account. Please also let me know if the sound was better. Now in the editing I will enhance the sound a little more because people asked, and I want to know if it's fine or not. So please let me know that as well. And for the normal episodes, I'm planning to record one next week. So please, if you liked it, press the like button and subscribe. Thank you very much.